Okay, before we get started with the reviews, just letting you know that this month I'm going to split the games into separate videos based on what platforms they're available on. Mostly to make it easier for people to find reviews of specific games, and also to be able to get the videos out faster. Like I've said before, I only have a PS4, so this video will be the PS4 exclusives, and the next video will cover the Vita games that are available also on PS4. Sound good? Good. PS Plus, free PS4 games, are they good? Let's find out. First up, Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime. Before we get started with the review of the actual game, I just gotta say, as far as titles go, for me this one is easily up there with the likes of Banjo-Tooie, Just Cause, and Half-Life, just in terms of how good they feel to say, how descriptive they are of their games, and just sheer creativity. I love this title. But who cares, right? How's the game? Well, the game's great. You and up to 3 friends control this spaceship with 4 gun stations, 1 shield, 1 engine, and a Yamato cannon, which my friends and I affectionately refer to as the Big Slam. Your goal is to navigate each level, rescuing the cute critters to unlock the next level. Pretty simple. You can get different gems during levels to power up your guns, shield, engine, or Big Slam, and you can even combine different gems for more power-ups. That actually makes for a total of 10 possible versions of each station, which makes for a lot of replayability. And some power-ups actually change the way you play the game, which is great. My personal favorite was a metal gem and a power gem on the engine, which makes it faster and also drop caltrops that can be used as sort of a secondary shield. There's also different ships to unlock, randomized layouts, and interesting gimmicks to each level, and lots of different enemy types that all require unique strategies to take down. I believe that difficulty scales with how many players are in the game, so expect a real challenge if you've got a 4-player party. The game is definitely best played with a friend or group of friends, but hey, don't worry if you're lonely like me, you can play the game alone and leave anything except the engine to a little AI buddy. Playing this game reminds me a lot of drifting in Pacific Rim. It doesn't take very long at all to sort of get into a rhythm and start being able to work together really well, and it's a lot of fun when you do. But it's testament to how good this game is that even when you're not working together really well, the game is still fun, and it's even funnier when you're failing. Visually, the game just oozes charm, and I particularly like the animation on how your characters move. Moving up and down ladders and moving past each other in the hallways have these cute little animations to them. Little touches like this go a long way to sell a game's presentation. There are downsides, though. Unfortunately, Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime has no online capabilities, meaning that your friends will have to be within smelling distance of you, so take a shower. The music never really stands out, and the creatures you have to rescue make these really annoying noises. But BO and unimpressive music aside, Lovers in a Dangerous Spacetime is really something truly unique, and should not be missed. If you've got some friends, play this one yesterday. And the other PS4 exclusive that's actually launching as a PS Plus free game is Drawn to Death. Okay, so I know I got on a soapbox in my last video, but just bear with me again. There's this trend among gamers these days where we kind of expect our reviewers to be completely objective with a game, and I think that's kind of a pointless expectation. Everyone has preferences, and a truly objective game review would be pretty boring to listen to. So I'm just going to go ahead and say that I didn't really enjoy Drawn to Death. That doesn't mean it's a bad game, really. It's just not for me. It's a third-person competitive arena shooter, but think less Gears of War and more Quake in terms of gameplay style and speed. Characters whiz around the battlefield, double jumping, collecting new crazy weapons and power-ups, and using character-specific abilities like turning invisible or throwing sharks or doing this. Seriously, 3 games in a row, I got absolutely smashed every time by the same guy playing this stupid-ass Cyborgula character. I've got my nitpicks with the gameplay. Characters feel very floaty and strange to control, and I had a hard time deciphering what characters could do, even after reading their descriptions and playing as them. For example, Diablo Tijuana, super speed and more. What does that mean? Knowing what characters are and what they can do should come with practice, but again, I don't see that as likely for me. It's certainly got variety, at least, but that comes at the expense of not knowing what the hell is going on. The game also tries its best to be funny, and I'll admit the trophy names tickled me a little bit, but most of the game's other attempts at humor just didn't work for me. Like, I get it, the frog is a dick. That's the joke. It's funny for a minute, but not so much when I have to read through it for 15 minutes. The game announcer seems to have about 5 lines that get repeated ad nauseum.
I was as buffed out as you.
Not to say all of the humor is inherently unfunny, like, say, some certain comedians who I won't name, but they rhyme with gamey tumor. Oh boy, am I gonna get in trouble with YouTube for showing this? Wall Street Journal, please. Visually, I like the idea of the game, but it's mostly just boring to look at. Everything is just white. Again, I get it. It's an edgy teenager's white paper notebook, so there's not going to be a whole lot of color. But environments just blend together, and characters all look the same, and do they really think anyone's going to care about skins when every character looks like this from a distance? Also, matchmaking. I honestly think a lot of people will enjoy this game, especially if you like a more old-school approach to competitive shooters. But like I've said before, I'm already busy being terrible at Overwatch. I don't need more competitive games to be bad at. I wasn't a huge fan of this one, but if you like fast-paced third-person shooters, you might get some enjoyment out of this. Next time on Not the Bees, April Free Games Vita Edition. See you there. Thanks for watching.